Thomas Babington Macaulay's Minute on Education, 1835, is a very important document in the history of Indian education. It brought a major change in the British educational policy and influenced the development of modern education in India. Before this minute, there was a serious debate among British officials about the kind of education that should be given to Indians. The main issue was whether education should be based on traditional Indian knowledge and taught in languages like Sanskrit, Persian, and Arabic, or whether it should focus on Western knowledge and be taught in English. This debate created two groups known as the Orientalists and the Anglicists. The Orientalists supported Indian languages and traditional learning, believing that India had a rich cultural and intellectual heritage. The Anglicists, on the other hand, believed that Western knowledge was more useful and modern, and that English should be the medium of instruction. Macaulay strongly supported the Anglicist view and argued that English education would help India progress. At that time, Macaulay was working under Lord William Bentinck, who later accepted his ideas. As a result, English was introduced as the main medium of higher education, and Western subjects like science, mathematics, and philosophy were given importance. This decision had a long-lasting impact on Indian society, education, and culture. Before 1835, the British East India Company supported traditional education. Money was spent on promoting Sanskrit and Persian studies, and institutions were set up to preserve classical literature. However, some British officials began to feel that this system was not useful for modern needs. They believed that Indians needed education that would help them in administration and connect them with global developments. Macaulay entered this debate and wrote his famous Minute in 1835. In this document, he strongly criticized traditional Indian learning and supported English education. He believed that Western literature and science were far superior to Indian knowledge. His famous statement that a single shelf of a European library was more valuable than all Indian and Arabic literature clearly shows his bias. One of the main ideas of the Minute was the promotion of English as the medium of instruction. Macaulay argued that English would give Indians access to modern knowledge and improve their intellectual level. He believed that teaching in English was more beneficial than using Indian languages. Another important idea was the downward filtration theory. According to this theory, education should first be given to a small group of people, mainly from the upper and middle classes. These educated people would then spread knowledge to the rest of society. Macaulay believed that it was not possible to educate the entire population directly because of limited resources.